And good morning. This is Feedback. You're on the air with State Representative Martha Jane King.
Martha Jane, would you discuss the prescription drug legislation? That's a serious thing, and, you know, those prescription drugs are the difference for a lot of people of having a good life or not having much life at all. Thank you, and I'll hang up and listen.
Thank you for calling, and we did a whole show on that one day here with a lady who says she is now the doctors are afraid to prescribe what she needs, and she's not a dope addict, but she just needs this help. Well, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, exactly. House Bill 1, the pill mill bill, if you will, was a bill that was hotly debated and a bill that everybody knew that there was a need for as we look at the abuse of prescription drugs. But to the caller's point of saying that prescription drugs do allow a lot of people that are in pain, elderly people, people that need pain meds, the intent of the bill was certainly not to have a restriction placed on them. But I do completely understand that the doctors, a lot of local doctors here and different places, don't choose to continue to prescribe that. They feel like that having to get on the CASPR program is burdensome, and I appreciate that. I do understand that they can still prescribe if they want to, but, you know, they only know how they're going to work through their office procedures, and if they don't choose to get on CASPR and prescribe, of course they're not going to. I will tell you that I think the bill was needed as far as addressing the issue of how many deaths and abuses that there are with the prescription meds. But the true intent of the bill was really to take care of the narcotics, the Oxycontins, the hydrocodones. And, there are continuing negotiations working in the framework of that bill right now. We've had a lot of input from physicians and different people that are in nursing homes are having some problems with this. So we're continuing to look at how we can modify it and make it better so it will be easier for people, seniors especially, people that need it to get these prescriptions. Right. So again, it's not cast 100% in stone. It's still a bill that is in the works right now.
And caller, hang on. I want to ask you one of the major things. Good morning. This Feedback. You're on the air with State Representative Martha Jane King.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody out that way?
We're fine. How are you?
Great. Okay, back to the pill mill bill. I understand the drug problem. I'm not defining that part. And you say this is not a bill that is concreted in stone, that it is going to be. But where is the difficulty of, how can you change the difficulty of the medication problem right now for the patients that need it, for pain, for anxiety, for panic, many other things that they have to take it for?
Yes, ma'am. Well, after talking to everybody at home, getting out of the community, hearing people's concerns and being able to take that back to Representative Tilley, who is the chair of the Judiciary Committee in the House, and talking to them about what I see as problematic. I have taken comments back from individuals, doctors, and one of their comments to me is, well, we might need to narrow the scope of the definition of what this is going to control down to just the narcotics and take out the drugs for panic attacks and any of those kind of prescriptions that people might need. So again, my job as a state representative is to listen to what you all say, think about what is important for me to go back and tell them to say, look, is there modifications that we can make this more user-friendly for this group or this group because of having talked to you all about it. Yeah, so I am taking that back to them.
Okay. I have been on this medication since 1984. Personally, myself. I'm not talking about a friend or a lady I heard of down the road or on Facebook or anywhere. I'm talking about personally.
Yes, ma'am.
I have been on this drug since 1984. I did a program. I was the one Don Nagel was talking about. I don't mind telling anybody. I don't mind talking to you about it. Or
yes, ma'am. I recognize your voice.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. But you know, when is this going to, I mean, my blood pressure has skyrocketed to 160/90 over this bill. They said there's no reason for that. My doctor can prescribe it. Yes, but, you know, I've read the law on it. I have researched this thing. And it is, I mean, I don't blame them. I do not blame our doctors.
Okay. Anything
And
else?
I have a very hard feeling toward the government of Kentucky right now. I'm
Yes,
not
ma'am.
the only one.
And I do understand your concern. I really do, because I've heard that from a lot of people.
Well,
And
my concern is not necessarily what's bothering me, it's my health. I mean, you know, when you get so anxious that your blood pressure is saying you're getting up to like 160/70/90 something, that's not good for you. To skyrocket during an attack, okay, I can handle that. You know, that's understandable.
Okay.
But to stay there because you're in such anxiety over what do I do next, you know?
You want to respond to this? We have to take another call. You want to respond to this? Anything else, Martha Jane?
Well, I just want her to know that I certainly do appreciate that position and understand it, and I will continue to take those comments back to Frankfort and see, and we can make modifications to it that will better suit. And again, I understand your doctor's position of not wanting to get on Casper, but that is their prerogative, and they can treat you if they choose to, and I understand that they're not choosing to, so I do understand your position, and I hope that we can make some modifications to make it a little bit easier.
Good morning. This feedback